This is a 75-foot expandable garden hose, and I just wanted to show you some of the features about it. This particular one has metal fittings. I've had two other hoses like this, but they both had plastic fittings. One of the hoses I bought at Walmart, and it disintegrated. I mean, it popped within not even a year. The other one I actually bought online at Amazon, and it's been going for 5 years now. So, and they both had plastic fittings. So, I'm thinking that, or I'm hoping that these metal fittings would indicate that this is maybe even a little bit higher quality hose, and it will last just like my other one does, which I absolutely love. This also comes with a sprayer attachment. It's just a plastic one, nothing special, but it's nice that it came with it. But you can also use this knob here. This is the shut-off valve. That's on, that's off. And you can use that to control the spray if you don't want to use the sprayer attachment. But I don't know why you wouldn't want to use the attachment. It's nice that they included it. But so what happens if you've never had one of these kind of hoses before, you see the entire length of the hose here on the floor, and it's fairly long, but certainly not 75 feet long. But what happens is there's a little internal plastic or braided, I'm not sure what the material is on the inside of this, but there's a tube, and it expands as water goes in it, and then this hose just gets really, really long. And then when you're done, it gets really short. And the advantage to this is it's not very heavy, so when you're packing it away for the season, it's definitely not a chore. They also say that these kind of hoses don't get kinks in it, which is true. Unless you're caught on something, this hose will not kink. They also say that this hose won't tie in knots. In my experience, the other two hoses that I've had that were just like this, you can get knots in them, but it's not like a knot where, oh my gosh, I can't ever fix this. It's pretty easy to get them out, especially when it's full of water. But these are my favorite kind of hoses. I've had traditional hoses. I've had the kind of hoses that were like a little narrow gauge tube that are kind of a curlicue. I like those better than a traditional hose, but these kind of hoses are my absolute favorite. Okay, so pardon the noise from my air conditioner, but I'm gonna unhook my other hose, which I've had for many years and I love. And I'm gonna hook up this new black one, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like when it's in use. So just for comparison, this is my old hose with plastic nozzle, and much to my amazement, it's lasted for years and years and years. So I fully expect my other one to last as long. See, here's what I mean about knots, but they're super easy to get out. Okay, so on to this one. Okay, it's plugged in. I'm going to turn it to off. Okay, so you can kind of see it. It looks like a snake. It's just filling up, getting a little bit stiffer. It does look like a snake, doesn't it? Weird. Okay, so now I'm going to switch it to on. And I guess I didn't get my thing tight enough, so let me switch it to off and retighten it again. Okay, there we go. That's better. That was my fault. So then you spray it. And as you see, it's fully inflated. And that's a very long hose. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off and get the water out of it. And I'm gonna go over some other safety issues. Okay, so some things that you should know about hoses like this: you really should not inflate them all the way and then keep the nozzle closed, because that could lead to bursting if you're not careful with all the water pressure. Also, it's advisable not to leave these in direct sunlight, I've heard. And so I'm always real careful with my hoses not to do that. And for the most part, it works out okay. Probably not a good idea to step on them either, because there is that tube in the middle, and that's what, I mean, you don't want to get holes in it, obviously, but just those few little things to keep in mind, and the hose should last you for a while. I will, of course, update my written portion of the review if something goes wrong.